In the past few episodes, we've talked about kind of setting the groundwork so that you can work in Hollywood. You need to get a headshot and resume put together. You need to have a great agent or a manager. You need to make sure that your branding is on point and works with who you are as an actor. You also need to have your online profiles on the different submission services like LA Casting and Actors Access up to date. So now it's time to start auditioning. And with any luck, the audition is what's going to get you work. It's the last step in the process to getting your jobs in Hollywood. So auditions, how to be successful. Be prepared. That's number one. Be professional. That's number two. And finally, just be present. You must be present to win. The first thing, just preparedness. When you get that call from your agent saying that you have an audition, you need to prepare for that audition. And there's a lot of different ways that you prepare. The number one way, obviously, is to actually work on the sides. So if you can get the sides to the audition as quickly as possible, that gets it into your head sooner, and you're able to kind of, process it and ruminate through the scene for a longer period of time before the actual audition. So try to get your sides as quickly as possible. Second, when you're preparing for the audition, you need to think about the choices that you're going to make, the objectives that you're being asked to play in these scenes. If you have a regular scene study class or an acting coach that you see, this might be a good time to give them a call and talk through the scene with them. Do everything you can just to kind of get your actor wheels in motion and actually prepare to show what you can do with a scene in a limited amount of time. So be prepared. The second thing that you want to think about besides preparedness is you want to be professional. This may sound kind of silly, but simple things like showing up on time and being respectful to the auditioners and not making a lot of noise when you're in the waiting room and not being a distraction. All of those things kind of tally up and make you look like you're already a professional working actor. If you're scattered, or if you're somehow annoying, or if you're late, all of those things kind of count against you. So you want to make sure that you're presenting yourself in a professional way. The final thing that we want to talk about is maybe the hardest, and it's just being present. You want to be present when you're auditioning. You want to be present in those moments. And it's Zen philosophy, but it really is probably the one thing that kind of makes or breaks an audition. When you're present, you're just going to be creatively accessible. And being present isn't just about like, oh, I showed up, I'm here at the audition. It's about really being in that moment. When you're speaking with the casting director, is your mind kind of rattling like, oh, this is the most important job I've ever auditioned for. Oh, I've got to make this happen. Or, oh gosh, did I put enough money in the parking meter? None of that matters. If it's not taking place in the room at that moment, it doesn't matter. You need to actually have a conversation that is intelligent and shows your personality. Besides being present with the casting director and having a present conversation, you also want to be present in your actual audition. The key to being a great actor is being in the moment and letting the audience see what is unfolding in your mind. And if you're present, you can do that in a much more effective way. If you have a reader that's a good reader, that should be an easy thing to do because you can kind of play with the reader and be present with the reader. If your reader isn't a very good reader, or isn't giving you much, you can still be present in letting your emotions happen organically in that moment. So really try to be present, try to leave the past and the future out of the mix and be centered, and that's going to hopefully create the magic that is going to book you that job.